What's up, YouTube? Scott Scotty Tradition back with another video. Finally excited to get into my top 100 cards of 2022 video. I've made this video the last 2 years, and it's always fun to kind of go through and see where cards have gone. Have they gone up in value, down in value over the last year? It can kind of give you a little glimpse maybe as to what's going on in the overall card market, as well as just kind of a good way to, keep an eye on the collection, kind of just good housekeeping as to see where your collection has gone over a 1 year period. So there's some new cards on the list this year. There are some cards that have fallen off the list this year as well. Sometimes it's just due to cards not moving much in value. Sometimes cards have dropped in value and fallen off for that reason. This video is going to focus on cards number 51 through 100 on my list. So the bottom half of the list, and then I will have the top 50 video out shortly after that. So first thing I'm going to discuss is 9 cards that fell off the list. So we'll pour out a drink for those cards, and let's go through those. So these are cards that were on the top 100 last year but did not make the list this year. The first one is this card, which is still a great card. It's the 51 Bowman Tony Canideo in PSA 8. Still love this card. It was number 87 on the list last year, and this year it just falls off the list with a value of about $450. Here's another card that's fallen off the list. Of course, Brett Favre's been in the news a lot lately. This card was number, let's see here, it looks like 89 on the list last year, and has fallen off as well. Most of these cards are because the price just hasn't gone up. They've kind of stayed the same, kind of stayed stagnant, and they've fallen off the bottom of the list. There's no card higher than 87, which was the Canideo, that has fallen off the list. Here's another, just a beautiful card, the 60 Topps Carl Yastrzemski rookie. That's no longer on the list either, so that's fallen off. Here's a Green Bay Grates Brett Favre card from that great 2014 NT set, numbered 5 out of 5. This one's fallen off the list, and it could easily be on the list, to be honest, but there just hasn't been a sale for me to bring the value up any higher than what I had it at last year. There's just no sales of this card, so it just kind of fell off as a victim of limited sales data. And the same thing can go for this card, the Charles Woodson, numbered 2 out of 5. These are such low-numbered cards and such a popular set that they just don't sell. But honestly, I would not be surprised if either of these last 2 cards sold for quite a bit more than I actually have them listed at. So they're off the list for now, but perhaps in 2023, if I get a decent sales data, they may return to the list. Another one of my favorites here, 2011 SP JJ Watt out of 35. This card was like number 95 on the list last year and just dropped off this year. Still an awesome card. Still a great career for JJ Watt. Here's the 91 Stadium Club Favre rookie. Also no longer on the list. This card was in the mid to low 90s on my last list. Has fallen off. Here is the 35 United Tobacco Joe Louis. Again, this card just more a victim of the price staying the same as opposed to the price falling. And I've added other cards over this last year, and other cards have gone up to kick this one off the bottom. So just a great card, though. Love this card, but not on the list this year. And of course, there's this card, which was all the way up to like in the 20s the first time I did this countdown. And then the last time I did it, it was number 100 on the list. And now it has fallen completely off the list as Yelich put together another pedestrian season. Ironically, this card is still worth more than I bought it for in the beginning, but nowhere near it was a couple years ago when he was putting together MVP seasons. So, good chance that card does not make it back onto the list. But you never know, I guess. That's why we do these, because it's fun. So let's get into the top 100 cards now. We're going to start out at number 100 here, but before I do that, I have 3 cards that are kind of honorable mentions. So I'll kind of talk about their value, I guess, and I'm also going to talk about where they were last year on the list as well, if they were. So this one here is actually new to the list. It was not on the list last year, but there have been some recent sales, and it's the 1959 Topps Dan Curry rookie card. Was a top draft pick back for the Packers in the late 50s, and I believe this card is only has 2 or 3 graded higher, or something like that. So I've got this one valued at about $500. Actually, there was a recent sale; it was even higher than that. So just very scarce. You'll notice that some of the cards that are making appearances on this list are high grade, rare, vintage football. That is sort of a demographic that has definitely gone up over the last year and continues to go up. Unless you're a football card collector, like I have been over the last decade, you just do not realize the scarcity of some of these 40s, 50s, and 60s cards in high grade. There're just not many out there. They don't come up for sale very often. They're far more scarce than their baseball counterparts. So you're going to notice that as a theme in this countdown. So this is, again, is an honorable mention, kind of in that $500 category. Here's another one, the 48 Bowman Ted Fritsch rookie in high grade of an 8. That's a great grade for this card. Very hard to find in high grade. Got this one valued at about $500 as well. Another key Packers team Hall of Fame rookie card. Again, that is new to the list. And here we have the 52 Bowman Small Bill Houghton in the grade of an 8. Just a beautiful card, beautiful example there. Got this valued at around $500 as well. And this is down 15 spots from last year. So it was number 85 on the list last year. But still an awesome card. And so those three are kind of honorable mentions, but they're all kind of tied for 100 actually, because here's the 99 Fleer Focus. This is Donald Driver's rookie card for the Packers. These Fleer Focus cards numbered out of 3850 and extremely tough to get in high grade because of these green and black borders on the back where the chipping is just, these chip so easily. This is only Pop 2. So got it valued at about $500 for this card. Only 2 cards have ever been graded gem mint for Donald Driver. Again, got this around $500. This is down 16 spots from last year on the list. All right, number 99 on the list. Card I picked up last year, actually, the 55 Topps Harman Killebrew rookie card. Beautiful example here. In the grade of a 6, got this valued at about $500. Also down 16 spots from last year, but still an awesome card. All right, let's go to number 98 on the list. Got the 72 Topps Rodgers Staubach rookie card. Really nicely centered, PSA 7 as well. The Staubach I have valued around $500 as well, but this one's actually down 30 spots from last year. I'm not sure why, but there's been a bunch of 7s of this card that have sold recently that have kind of all come for sale at once, and that's sort of dropped the value on these. These were selling even over the summer for around $750, so they've dropped a little bit for whatever reason recently. But that's the value as of today, kind of in that $500 range. All right, so we are moving on here. And we're going to go to number 96 on the list. We're going to go with the 1950 Bowman Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch rookie card in the grade of a 7. Love the 50 Bowman set, and this card is just a beauty. Have this one valued at about $550. And believe it or not, it was in the exact same spot it was last year on the list. Even though I think it's probably gone up a little bit in value since last year, it's still sitting at that 96 spot. Great looking card there. Number 95 on the list, the 1984 Topps USFL Reggie White in the grade of a 9. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. Love the Reggie rookie card and the red, white, and blue on this card. Got it valued at about $575, down about 14 spots from last year on the list. One of my favorite cards for sure, just a beauty. All right. So now we're going to number 94. Here's a Giannis autograph card, along with Jabari Parker, who was the Bucks' first-round pick in the mid 20. What year was this? I'm trying to remember. This is 2014, 2015 Panini Immaculate, and I actually didn't even have this card on the list last year, but there was a recent sale of this card, so I've got a value on it of about 600. And see Giannis with kind of his shorter hand auto there, and Jabari Parker doesn't play for the Bucks anymore, but still a great looking card, on card auto, immaculate, numbered out of 49. So that is new to the list this year. And then another card that's new to the list would be the 52 Bowman Large Fred Cohn in the grade of an 8.5. A great Packer from the 50s from Clemson University. This card I've got valued at about $600. There's been some recent sales of these great, awesome looking 52 Bowman, so it's kind of kicked up the value on some of the ones I have in the collection. So beautiful card there. All right, where are we at now? Got number 93 on the list. The 72 Topps John Brockington in the grade of a 10. This is pretty low pop. I think it's only pop 5. Was a great running back for the Packers in the early 70s. Got this valued at about $600, down 5 spots from last year's countdown. Awesome card. And we're going back to Fred Cohn again, except this is the Bowman small version. Beautiful card. Graded mint 9. This card's only pop 3, none higher. Just a gorgeous example of another Fred Cohn rookie. Have this valued, again, around that $600 range. Down 11 spots from last time as well. And then number 91 on the list, got the Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Grates, numbered out of 10. This is from that great 2014 National Treasures set. Green Bay Grates. Just love that back as well. The Packers all kind of huddling by the end zone. Such an awesome set. These are tough to guess how much they are. I have this one listed at about 600, but if you look at right now, there is one on eBay for like 2,700 or best offer, and it does have at least a dozen watchers. So I don't know that it would sell for that, but it might sell for more than 600. I just don't know. There haven't been many sales of these, but right now that's where I have it, kind of in that $600 range, down 13 spots from last year. So let's get into the next stack I have here. Number 90 on the list, the 1968 Topps, Carroll Dale. First year in a Packers uniform. This card is high grade. Example, only pop 4, none graded higher. Just a beautiful example right here of the Carroll Dale. Got this listed at about $600 for a value, down 13 spots from last year, but beautiful card nonetheless. All right, number 89 on the list, got the 63 Topps Ray Nitschke rookie card autograph. You do not see many of these at all. Got a value of about $600 on this one, down 15 spots from last year. And quite frankly, could be valued at a little bit or even quite a bit more. I think there's one on for sale on eBay for like $5,000 right now. So could be more than 600. It's obviously not 5,000 because it hasn't sold yet, but could be somewhere in the middle. I really don't know. But until there's an actual sale, that's kind of where I have this valued at. But these do not trade or sell very often. So really happy to have this beautiful example of the great Packer Hall of Famer. All right, let's look here. We've got number 88 on the list, a guy whose birthday was just the other day on October 13th, the 86 Topps Jerry Rice rookie card in an 8.5. Got this listed at about 600, down about 15 spots from last time around. A couple of these have sold for a little more than that, a couple for a little less, but kind of just depends on who's wanting it for that sale. But 600 is kind of a good mid number on this card. This is a nice example. All right, and then next we're going to get into a card that is new to the list at number 87, the 97 Skybox Essential Credentials, Reggie White. Just look at that shine. Gorgeous card for sure. And these are numbered out of 100. The rare 90s inserts have kind of come up over the last year or so, and got this one listed at about 600. Might be just a little bit more than that, actually, but that's kind of where I have this one at right now. Gorgeous card. 86 on the list next. Let's get into some vintage baseball. Here's a 49 Bowman Roy Campanello rookie card, and this one is a very nice looking 2.5. Nice centering. Really happy to have this guy in my collection. Have this valued at about $600, up 6 spots from where it was on last year's list. So moving up in the ranks. This card's climbed a little bit in value since last year. All right. Let's see. Number 85 on the list, down 14 spots from last year, is the Panini Optic Rodgers downtown insert. Big fan of these downtown inserts, and they just have a gorgeous look to them. A few of these have sold, though recently, just a few more available. I have this listed at about 625. Again, down about 14 spots from last year. All right, and then number 84 on the list. Let's get back into some vintage football here. Here's a Packers great and Hall of Fame center Jim Ringo in the grade of an 8. I think there's only like 4 graded higher for this card, so it's a sneaky tough card. Have this valued at about 625, all the way down 21 spots from last year though. So this is one of those cards that just has kind of stayed in value, hasn't really climbed for whatever reason. Even though I do think it should be worth a little more than what it is, just because they don't come up very often at all. A very tough Hall of Fame vintage rookie card right here, the Jim Ringo. Gorgeous card. All right. So next on the list, number 83, the 57 Topps Ted Williams card, number 1 card in that set. Beautiful centering for this one. Have this valued around 650, down 8 spots from last year. Still a really cool looking card there. Happy to have that one in the PC. Number 82 on the list. How about another Ted Williams back to back? Here's the 54 Topps. Again, just nice, decent looking example here. 675 is the value, down about 20 spots from last year. All right, and let's finish up this stack here. Here's kind of a surprise. So this is the 77 Topps Brewers great Jim Gantner rookie card. This is that 77 rookie infielders card. This was a card that was not even on my radar for having any kind of value, but I do have this valued at about $700. It's very low pop, and there was a recent sale that was even more than 700, so 700 is just kind of where I have it. And it is definitely new to the list this year. Was not on the list last year. I think last year I had this valued around like $100, so definitely not 700. But like I said, the last sale was even more than that. So just a beautiful card there, Jim Gantner rookie card. All right, so let's get into the next stack here. Number 80 on the list. Another vintage high-grade football card. 1966 Philadelphia Don Chandler. This is the first year in a Packers uniform. PSA 9. This card is only like pop 4, so it doesn't come up a lot. Have this valued at about $700. Again, there was a recent sale even more than that. And this is new to the list as well from last year. Beautiful example there. Let's get into a sort of a tall boy card here. Number 79 on the list. The 71 Greatest Moments Thurman Munson in the grade of a 4. Have this valued at about at about 700, up 12 spots from last year on the list. So moving up in the ranks. These have finally been selling for kind of where they should be at, I think. Beautiful set, beautiful card. All right. Next on the list, number 78. Here's a Packers great Boyd Dowler. This is his rookie card in the grade of a 9. I think it's like Pop 6, none graded higher. Kind of got this valued around $700, down 2 spots on the list from last year. Beautiful example right there. And next on the list, number 77. Here's a beautiful card, one of my favorites in the collection. It's the Bart Starr Fabric of the Game rookie card. These are numbered only out of 15. I love that it shows the jersey from which it came. Super cool. Cool looking, slightly dirty patch there. Nice signature. Had this valued around 700, down 8 spots from last year. Might be valued a little bit more than that. These just, again, do not come up for sale very often, so kind of hard to judge the price on those. All right, number 76 on the list. Recently inducted Hall of Famer, the 52 Bowman Small, Bobby Dillon, in the grade of a 7. Card that doesn't come up a super lot. I have this valued around $700, not down 9 spots on the list from last year. But very nice example. Let's get into some baseball. The 69 Topps Super Reggie Jackson. Have this valued at about 700 as well, down 14 spots on the list from last year. There have been some really high sales of this card, and but they've been a little bit higher grade, so this one's kind of hard to judge as well. Sort of a scarce card, but it is number 75 on the list this time around. Again, down 14 spots from where it was last year. All right, number 74 on the list. More vintage Packers goodness. The 61 Topps Jim Taylor rookie card in the grade of a 9. Something like Pop 15 or 16, none graded higher for this card. This is actually up 6 spots from last year. So moving on up, nice card. Have this valued around that 750 mark. All right. Let's go to 73 on the list. Very tough set here. The 58 Topps Ron Kramer rookie card in the grade of an 8. I think there's only 1 or 2 graded higher than this. Got a value of about 750 on this one. Up 26 spots on the list. So again, just another depiction of how vintage football is, in high grade especially, is moving up in the world. There's actually a recent sale of an 8 around $1,300, so I have this valued at $750. I don't think these should really be worth $1,300, but it's definitely worth more than I had it last year. As you can tell, it's up 26 spots on the list. All right, next on the list here, number 72, the 58 Topps Mantle Aaron Batting Foes card. Another one of my favorite cards in the collection. Just a beautiful depiction of those two. Got a value of around $750 on this card. And guess what? It was in the same spot as it was last year, for whatever reason. It's kind of funny. Let's start putting some of these guys up in the back, just so you guys can have something to look at back there. Let's go to number 71 on the list. This card is down 6 spots from last year. It's the Brett Favre Lombardi Ghost photo. You can see the Vince Lombardi's silhouette in the background of the picture there. This was a very short printed card, like a super short print. Very hard pack odds to actually pull one of these. Pretty low pop as well. Again, we have this valued at about $760. Not really any recent sales of this either. So, pretty cool card nonetheless. All right, let's get into that next stack here. All right, so we're going to go to number 70 on the list. This I have valued around that $800 mark, and it's new to the list this year because it was a new purchase just recently. It's the 35 Wheaties Don Hudson. So you can see the label there. This is a SGC encapsulated authentic. It's basically a Wheaties box front from the time, and this is considered to be Don Hudson's rookie card by some. Just a cool looking card there. And we're just going to put that guy in the back. But again, valued around $800. A new purchase this year, so obviously new to the list at number 70. Let's go to number 69 on the list. Here's a card that might be one of the biggest fallers on the list. The 2017 Prism Patrick Mahomes rookie in a 9. Patrick Mahomes having a pretty good year, doing really good things, but for whatever reason, this card has dropped into the $800 range, which is insane. I think I picked this card up for way, way more than that. Unfortunately, it was at the peak about last year. This is one of those cards I made a poor decision on picking up, and it's really fallen down. I think it's probably fallen too far. Patrick Mahomes is actually fairly established compared to some of the new rookies that people have so much money invested in. But yeah, nonetheless, it's at $800 right now, which is down 33 spots from where it was last year. So I think that card right there is the biggest dropper on my list in overall spots, unfortunately. But still a cool card, nonetheless. Happy to have it. Number 68 on the list. Here's a patch card, which is extremely hard to value, but this is numbered 1 out of 2. It's from Panini Pantheon. It's the Bart, Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and Reggie White patch card. Reggie's got a piece of that game-worn helmet in there. You just don't see these 4 in particular on a card like ever, and to have the prime patches and helmets there is just amazing. Have a value of about $850, down 2 spots from last year. Just a very cool card. All right, moving along. Number 67 on the list. We have the 71 Topps Terry Bradshaw rookie in PSA 7. It's just a beautiful example of his rookie card here. Have a value of about $860 on this card, down about 9 spots from last year. Nice looking card nonetheless, though. All right, let's go way back for this next one here. Number 66 on the list. This is the 35 National Chickle Ernie Smith, which is a player for the Packers, graded a 4.5. So National Chickle cards, if you've been paying attention, have really been rising in value over the last year, especially recently, as people want nice examples of this set that are putting this set together. One of the most beautiful sets in all of sports, but especially football. Just gorgeous example right here. This is a nice looking 4.5. Have the value at about $900, up 4 spots from last year. So very happy to have that card. All right, next on the list, number 65 on the list. Down 11 spots from last year, but still an amazing card. Probably the most beautiful PSA 5 Al Kaline rookie you're going to see. Just what can you say about that card for a grade of a 5? Just gorgeous. I have a value at about 900 on it. Might be a little bit more just due to the high eye appeal, but it is down 11 spots from last time. But very, very cool card. All right, number 64 on the list. One of my all-time favorite baseball cards. The 53 Bowman Color Pee-wee Reese in the grade of a 5. This card's shot up in value over the last year or so. 925 is where I have this card at, down 4 spots from last year. Beautiful example there. All right, number 63 on the list. 2003 Fabric of the Game, Jim Thorpe. Very tough to try to guess the price of this card. He's with the Canton Bulldogs here. This is numbered out of 15. You can see the coat from which it came. This is such an amazing set, and what an amazing patch that is. I have it valued at about 1,000, but I really don't know. I have it actually down 24 spots on the list. That's because there was a sale of one of these last year, and it sold for about $1,500. But there's been some other Thorpe patches in between that have sold for quite a bit less. So I'm not sure if that's like indicative of the whole Thorpe patch market, or if this card really does hold that much of a premium. So I kind of found a nice middle ground at about $1,000 for this card. But again, still down 24 spots from where I had it priced last year. But love the card nonetheless. All right, number 62 on the list. Here's an autograph of the fairly new Hall of Famer Bobby Dillon. Got this listed for about $1,000, which is down about 6 spots from last year as well. As the kind of the hype of him getting into the Hall of Fame has dialed down a little bit. This card's come back to earth just a little bit, but still makes the list at number 62. All right, and to finish out that stack at number 61, here's a new purchase from just recently. Got the 50 Bowman Otto Graham rookie card, and it's a beauty. Nice looking example. Value of, I have this valued at about $1,000. Again, it's a new purchase, so it wasn't even on the list last year. And this year's number 61 on the list. A beautiful example of the card right there. All right, let's get into the final stack for this video here. So we'll be going to number 60 on the list. And it's this beautiful dual auto of Kareem and Oscar Robertson from Immaculate, numbered out of 49. Just a beautiful looking card here. Have this valued at about $1,000. These do not really sell that often, so it's very hard to get a good estimate on this price. But I do have it down 5 spots from last year. It's a very cool card, though, nonetheless. And let's get into number 59. Here's a T206 Tris speaker. Beautiful example, graded at 2.5. This is the Piedmont. Nice blue, rich color there. This is the one I picked up at the National in 2019, if you all remember. Have this valued around $1,000, so I have it as the same as last year. Hasn't moved up or down. Stayed in the same spot. All right, let's go to number 58 on the list. Beautiful looking card here. 39 play ball Joe DiMaggio and SGC 1. Beautiful looking one, obviously. Happy to have that one in the collection. Have that about $1,000 for a value and down 1 spot from last year. So hasn't really moved much at all. Stayed the same. Okay. Next on the list, number 57. How about a 57 at 57? So the Johnny Unitas rookie in the grade of a 6. Just a beautiful example of the card. Beautiful bold colors there. Graded a 6, and 1100 is the grade I have on it. I have it down 9 spots from last year. Super nice looking card, though. All right, next on the list, we're at card number 56. It's the 76 Topps Walter Payton rookie. Beautiful example in an A tier. Value of about $1,200, down 14 spots from last year. All right, number 55 on the list as we wind down. 33 Sport Kings Bobby Jones in the grade of a 2. Beautiful looking card there. This card's up 24 spots from last year, so this card has definitely gotten some traction this year. I'm not sure if it is because of the 33 Sport King set in general or golf cards or what the deal is, but this card's definitely risen in value. Have this around $1,200, again, up 24 spots from last year. Nice looking card there. All right, and as we count down here, number 54, the 59 Topps Pepto-Bismol Bob Gibson card. Gorgeous card, down 3 spots from last year. have this at $1,200. Nice example of a 6. Number 53 on the list, the 57 Topps Frank Robinson rookie. Many think this is a very underrated card, and this is a decent example here on the grade of a 7. Have this valued around $1,200 and in the same position as last year, so not up or down, it stayed the same. All right, only 2 more cards to go on this countdown. All right, here's number 52 on the list. The 61 Lake to Lake Bart Starr rookie card. Excuse me, it's not a rookie card, but it is a sweet food and beverage issue card. This is the top graded SGC example. Have it valued at about $1,200, down 7 spots from last year. I paid a little more for this when I bought it. Still not a lot have sold, but again, kind of a hard card to value, but I love it in my collection anyways. And I have it in at number 52 on my list. All right, and the final card on this countdown here, number 51, the 2013 Prism Giannis rookie card in the grade of a 10. Nice card here. Have it at about $1,200 value right now, down 19 spots on the list. Again, some of these modern cards like the Mahomes and Giannis has fallen example of this too, unfortunately, but it's like Giannis, all he's done is play amazing and win a bunch of games, and he's still down in value. So it's so hard to judge these things. Sometimes you guess right, and these things still go down in value. I actually happen to think now is a fantastic time to buy a player like Giannis. He's kind of a no-brainer. He may be one of the best players ever before this is all finished. And to get a nice example of his rookie card is a no-brainer to me right now. 2013 Prism is not very... It does not have the print runs as like 2020 Prism and beyond. Like 2013 Prism is not that highly printed. So I think you're pretty safe buying this card right now. It's a safe purchase as a store of value, in my opinion. So love that card there. And this is number 51 on the list and the end of this countdown. So I will have the next 50 up shortly, hopefully. Hopefully you enjoyed this part of the countdown. Please comment, feel free. Let me know if you're surprised by any cards on this list, or if there's any particular cards you really enjoyed. And really looking forward to getting into the top 50 as well. We'll have that video for you guys soon. Thanks so much for joining me, and we will see you again soon.